You want to look lean and athletic, but when you look in the mirror, your body doesn't make any sense. You're not overweight but not lean. You're not muscular. You're carrying too much fat to cut, but not enough muscle to make the cut worth it. That's exactly the skinny fat trap. And if you've ever thought, how long does it take to fix this? Do I bulk or cut? Then you're in exactly the right place. Here's how most guys think. To get that movie star professional athlete look, I need to cut down and get really lean. So they jump into a long, aggressive cut, lose a ton of weight, and yet still don't have that six pack that they're after, which means they keep trying to cut and continue to get nowhere. What happens is that they end up looking the same, but just a smaller version. This is because the reason you don't look lean, even after losing weight, isn't that you have too much fat, it's that you don't have enough muscle underneath to actually look athletic once you do get lean. Here's what you need to do instead if you're after that lean, athletic look when starting from skinny fat. You're going to start with a mini cut to clear up the excess fat on your frame, then go into a lean bulk to build a base foundation of muscle, then jump into a major cut to get that lean physique that you're chasing. Now, this is simple and effective, but I will say that this is not a quick process, so don't expect to have the physique you want in a matter of weeks. If that was the case, then everyone you look at would be insanely jacked. So let's get into how long it takes, and I'll give you a complete breakdown and roadmap of how long it takes to get lean from skinny fat. And if you want to follow along and find out your own personal timeline to getting lean, you can use my free calculator linked in the description below. Phase 1 is to reset your physique. So for the first 6 weeks, you're going to do a mini cut. Now, you don't want to get carried away with this. You're just resetting your physique so building muscle becomes easier. Now, most skinny fat guys start somewhere between 18 to 20% body fat, and this quick cut helps you drop around 4% body fat. This means you'll be around 14 to 18% body fat, and the main aim of this phase is to maintain your strength in the gym and cut fast at around 2 pounds a week. Again, I want to reiterate that this is not the time to get excited and try and cut down all the way, because this phase is for resetting your base to solve your main problem, which is that you don't have enough muscle in your frame to look good when you get lean. Then we move on to phase 2. And phase 2 is about building on your base. And this is the lean bulk. Now, this will take around a minimum of 24 weeks. And this is going to basically depend on how much weight you gain and how much you lose during the mini cut. A lot of people mess up here, and it can happen in two different ways. They can either gain weight too fast and get fat, or don't gain any weight at all because they're scared of getting fat. Now, both mindsets will limit you in terms of muscle gain, which again is the main problem that we're trying to solve here. You need to aim to gain a little bit of body weight over a long period of time, because this means your body will prioritize muscle gain over fat gain. Your main aim in this phase is to get strong, train to failure, and progressively overload in the gym. You want to watch your weight climb slowly at around half a pound a week. Now, I've already mentioned that the main goal is to gain muscle, and you can't do this without gaining a bit of fat as well. But if you've lean bulked right, then you should start to look more muscular and filled out rather than just plain getting fatter. Phase 3 is to reveal the work. And this is a major cut. This final cut will last around 12 weeks, although you may need longer if you're carrying a higher level of body fat, and it all just depends on how lean you actually want to get to. I'll be honest, by this point, you don't want to get to sub 12% body fat because you likely don't have enough muscle yet to get extremely shredded. Now, during your lean bulk, you probably got up to around 18 to 22% body fat. So during this major cut, we're going to try and get to about 12 to 16%, which will be the perfect base to either build more muscle or maintain a lean look that you were after. So you want to aim to lose around 2 pounds a week for the first 4 weeks, then 1.5 pounds for the next 4 weeks, and then 1 pound a week for the last 4 weeks. This slowing down of weight loss helps with keeping the muscle that you've built. The main aim of this phase is the same as the last two, which is to train to failure and progressively overload in the gym. Now, it's also vital that you eat at least 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein to, again, maximize your chances of the muscles staying around. So now you know the 3 phases to getting lean from skinny fat. Let's get into the timeline overview so you know how long this is going to take in general. So phase 1 is going to be the mini cut, and this is going to take around 6 weeks. Phase 2 is the lean bulk, which takes around 24 weeks, and phase 3 is the major cut, and this takes around 12 weeks. That's roughly 42 weeks or 9.5 months. Now, this is roughly a realistic timeline it takes to get a lean physique from skinny fat. And this is from a general viewpoint, as in what people who don't go to the gym will consider lean. So obviously we all have different opinions on what lean and muscular actually is. But you could end up screwing up all your progress if you don't know the common mistakes to avoid. And trust me, I've made these exact mistakes myself, and you're going to want to avoid them as well. You need to avoid major cutting in phase 1 because otherwise you're going to end up skinny not lean. You need to bulk with controlled weight gain, otherwise you're just going to end up fat. And you need to ensure you eat enough protein daily and train hard in the gym to either maximize muscle retention in a cut or muscle growth in a bulk. And finally, you need to make sure that you have a clear goal laid out in your mind, or your progress will feel scattered and you will lose track. This is why I made the free times six-pack calculator, which you can grab for free down below. But you might still be thinking, why does losing weight not fix skinny fat? Because surely losing weight means I get leaner. If you're still thinking that, then watch this video next, because I break it down to make sure you don't stay skinny fat and make the exact same mistakes that I did.